Hello and welcome to another update video about XDC. So it is a coin that I have so far only updated for channel members during our weekly member live streams, but more and more people have asked me for a video on XDC, so I was happy to take a look at it. And I have to use the Bitfinex chart. This, to be honest, is the only account or exchange that I found. There might be a few other ones. I haven't really had an in-depth look. But really the only one here in the list on TradingView where I have a really long-term perspective. Yeah. So yeah, I'm going with that, and we'll see where we get to. Normally, I like to use Binance or Coinbase, but obviously that doesn't exist here in the list. So what do we have? We have a bullish count and a bearish count. Why do we not start with the bullish count? There are two potential bullish wave counts here about XDC, and let's take a look at them. So the bullish wave count is highlighted here. Actually, what I need to do, let's start with the bullish one, yeah, but I will call the bullish wave count the white wave count. So let's just change that. In the bullish count, with this perspective, there are two potentials. So either we moved up in 5 waves of the 2019 low, 5 waves, which would form a wave 1. Let me change the degree. Yeah, so this is the imminent super bullish breakout count. This is the count that I have presented so far the channel members with, but I need to make sure that you understand one certain thing. We're going to take a look at that in a minute, but doing this a little bit more in depth, which I didn't do in the live streams, I'm thinking we need to expect another move down. But hey, let's talk about that. So this is still a valid count. We had 5 waves up, not in an impulse, only really, well, actually it can be an impulse in a wave 1, okay? Peaked here in August 21. Then a move down in a wave 2. This is again how I had it for the channel members, and so far, I mean, it worked out. You know, we did push a bit higher, but I took a look at this in depth on the way down, and it looks more like a 5-wave move. So I'm not really happy to call that a wave 2, which is typically an ABC structure. But hey, this is still a potential, or this is a possibility, but I'm not too happy anymore with this wave count. Also, if you take a look at the Fibonacci retracements for this wave 2, it would have been a super shallow wave 2. Where did it get to? So if we take a look at wave 2 retracements, I think it didn't even it didn't even get down to the 38.2 Fib level. Bit too shallow, okay? So I'm not extremely happy with that wave count anymore. Okay, looking at it in depth, obviously in the member live stream, I can't really do stuff in depth really, unless I know the count. But now looking at it in depth for this video, I'm thinking, okay, this is a valid count, but is it really likely? Not really, okay, because we haven't really retraced enough in this wave 2. So yeah, this is a count, but to keep this a valid wave count, we need to hold above 1.88 cents, okay? So while this is possible, I'm a bit skeptical about it. No, nevertheless, let's see where we get to. So in this wave count, we can then say, and I go to the daily chart, this is at least not invalidated. So at the moment, I think we can go with that. So we have a 5-wave move up of the December lows as well into the April highs. And then we had an ABC structure to the downside. It missed here the support area by a few cents or whatever, not even cents, millicents or whatever. Came down an ABC structure and did rally now quite impulsively. So I think what we've got here is another 1-2 setup, okay? And then here now, another 1-2 setup could evolve from here. But the condition is it needs to hold the 3.5 cent level. A break below 3.5 cents would be the first warning that this wave count is not going to work out. Why is that? Because if it breaks below that level, this 1-2 setup is likely not going to work out. 3.5 cents. At the moment, obviously, the reward to risk ratio isn't great. It will be quite good if we come down into the orange box between 4.53 and 3.51 cents. From here we can rally higher. This cannot be the third wave because it's too short. Okay, so what I can't say is 1, 2, 3. doesn't work. So this is either a 1-2-1-2 or just an ABC, which would be bearish. Therefore, we've got the 3.5 cent level. This is really the bullish support. Against that level, the focus can be on higher. Now, what happens if we break below 3.5 cents? Well, then I think we go to the alternative bullish wave count, which would indicate that wave 2 sits a little lower. Okay, and that takes us back to the yellow support area that I did show you, where we would typically want to see wave 2 go back to at least the 50% FIB, or at least the 38.2, but more likely the 50% FIB level. Now that would be 0.0058. Yeah, let's see. But that would mean, okay, quite a dramatic decrease, of course. And it would be a wave count where we would say, okay, the move down of the highs in 2021 was an A wave. This year is just a B wave, and we're coming down in a C wave. This to me would be the more likely count, but again, as long as we're holding the 3.5 cent level, I will focus on the more imminent bullish wave count. Resistance would be between 6 cents and 11.7. A break above 11.7 would confirm further the more imminent bullish wave count. And if we really can't get above resistance here, then this alternative bullish wave count with a deeper retracement is fairly likely. Okay, so these are the two main counts that I've got. Both bullish. Okay, obviously, ideally for a bullish outcome, we're holding the 3.5 cent level, as I just said to you. However, if we see this fail, the 3.5 cent level, then obviously we are getting rid of, we get rid of one bullish scenario. There will still be one bullish scenario left that I showed you, but then we can also bring a bearish case onto the chart. What would be the bearish case, just in case someone wants to know? I think it is at the moment something to know about, not really to focus on too much, because I mean, we are in an uptrend and bullish support is holding. But what would happen if we break below 3.5 cents? Then at least a bearish case would need to be on our radar. And I would call this an ABC. I find that actually quite a nice way to count this ABC in the beginning. And we would say, okay, bearish count. Instead of this, we had a wave 1 down, a wave 2 to the upside, would go into resistance, and then we would do this. Yeah, follow through to the downside. But again, I would really only start to focus on that below 3.5 cents. And that's my update about XDC. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.